Hey, SEGways!
I've been talking about doing this for a while now. Side-Eye Guy reacting to his own overnight investigation at the infamous Conjuring House. Collaborating with Joe, Dawn and Noah from Entity 7 Paranormal, as well as Cassie and Ron from Weeping Willow Paranormal.
That's a little obvious.
For those of you who are new to my channel, you may be wondering why I didn't make my own ghost hunting video during my time at the Conjuring House. Well, rather than get into all of that yet again, I suggest that you please go watch this video right here, where I explain what it's really like at the Conjuring House and booking for this famous haunted house. In this video here today, I will be reacting to the 4 videos that Entity 7 Paranormal and Weeping Willow Paranormal uploaded to their channels. So yeah, I've got to sit through 4 videos, adding up to a total of over 3 hours and 40 minutes. And I was there that night! I know there's not 3 hours and 40 minutes worth of viewing. So yeah, thanks for that Entity 7 and Weeping Willow Paranormal, for this monumental task ahead of me. But in all seriousness, our investigation at the Conjuring House did have some interesting moments. I mean, I'm not here to bullshit anyone and say that our evening at the Conjuring House was anything like this.
Okay, not to alarm you, for a split second, I had a body on this camera. Remember when it was picking up Kyle's body and it did the stick thing?
Yes, Jake.
It was right here in the corner to the basement. I'm not even joking.
Killed the video right here. I'm satisfied. What the f I just witnessed, bro? F that.
What did you see?
That. It was a f woman, bro. A
White
woman.
dress.
Middle-aged woman. All in white.
The moment Eddie said turn the lights on, I literally felt like someone was sitting on my shoulders and this would not stop maxing and it hadn't gone off the whole time.
I have had like the craziest goosebumps. Dude, I feel drained right now. Like, I feel absolutely f***ing drained.
I'm sure many people who watch videos on ghost hunters at the Conjuring House probably think it's crazy insane with the amount of ghostly activity, but in reality, not so much. What you're about to watch is in fact a rare window into what it is really like at the Conjuring House, without all the silly theatrics and bullshit. I am not going to exaggerate anything for dramatic effect, I am not going to lie to any of you, and I am not going to fabricate anything. So, I'm going to be splicing between the 2 channels' videos, and I need to take the time to ask you all to please go subscribe and support these 2 great channels. They both do real paranormal investigations, and I fully endorse them as being legitimate. I'll link both of these channels in my description, and please go check them out and give them a sub while you're at it. Thanks very much. So, let's get stuck into the video.
Alright, we're on the road. This starts Operation Pick Up Maskey.
Bombastic side-eye.
We're headed out to pick up the Side-Eye Guy. And then from there we're going to meet up with Cassie and Ron at the Airbnb. So this is going to be a long trip. Alright, so Operation Pick Up Maskey complete. We're headed to our Airbnb.
Oh, shit. You got the mask.
Did you?
You ready to turn around and get it? Fuck!
You blew it! Yeah, that actually happened. I got in the car with Joe, Dawn and Noah, and 10 minutes into the long drive from Maryland to Rhode Island, I realised I forgot my mask like the bellend I clearly am. Thank God I realised 10 minutes into the journey and not when I was like 10 minutes away from the Conjuring House.
So I thought it would be a cool idea to take everyone to the Harrisville Cemetery to check out Bathsheba Sherman's grave. I'm spinning towards the Side-Eye Guy here, make sure that his face isn't being shown. But it's not being shown.
No, it's this way.
Yeah, it's
You're doing a selfie.
no, I'm not doing a selfie. So guys, Bathsheba Sherman, her husband.
For those of you that don't know, Bathsheba Sherman was linked to the Conjuring House. She was wrongfully accused of being a witch, and there has been so much mythology that she's put some sort of curse on the land of the Conjuring House. This lie started with Carolyn Perron, who were the first family in the Conjuring House long history to ever claim that the house is in fact haunted. And then the Bathsheba thing gathered even more momentum when Lorraine Warren ran with this story, and Lorraine was privy to this information thanks to her psychic powers. In my previous Conjuring House video that I mentioned earlier, I bring on historian Jamie Rubio, who goes into far more detail to debunk these myths. Subsequently, because of the spread of this misinformation and falsehoods, not helped by Hollywood scriptwriters who made the Conjuring House movie, Bathsheba Sherman's grave and headstone has been desecrated so badly that it needed to be removed. And as disgusting as all this is, I am happy to report, very recently, on the 30th of August 2024, the Burryville Historical and Preservation Society raised enough funds to give Bathsheba a new headstone. Bathsheba was an innocent woman who for decades has been slandered by some truly vile lies. I really do hope that this time the truth gets out there and we don't get any more idiots desecrating Bathsheba's headstone. I think it's about time that we finally let her rest in peace.
Hey guys, it's Cassie and Ron with Weeping Willow Paranormal. We are here at the Conjuring House. Yay!
This mask is probably the creepiest thing you'll see all video. Seeing the big, bad, scary ghosts of the Conjuring House were creeped out by my mask anyway. So to kick things off, like the fully grown adults we all are, we decided to sit around in a circle on the floor and talk to ghosts.
Do you like people leaving all these toys for you?
Do you play with any of these toys that are left here in the house?
A lot of people do visit the Conjuring House, mostly for day tours. And it's become a thing, for some reason, for the visitors to leave little offerings for the spirits around the house. So the Conjuring House is littered throughout with dollar bills and children's toys.
I brought a toy with me. Do you want it? Do you want it? Do you want it? Do you want it?
If you want some, I'll give it you.
Bloody hell, dickhead, soften your voice a little bit next time. You're supposed to be offering a ghost kid a toy. You're not squaring up to him.
It's a car.
Well, duh.
Do you think the guy in the mask looks silly?
Silly is such a kind noun for Dawn to use. I'd go more with demented.
Do we feel like we want to stay in this room longer? Like do like spirit box, or do you want to maybe just move on and we can always come back to this room if we feel? Because this feels pretty quiet in this room. It doesn't really feel like much is happening to me, at least.
This is pretty much the theme of the night.
We'd all really like to see you move that rocking chair. And I don't want you to feel like you're like a performer for us.
Dance, monkey, in your little spangly shoes.
But maybe we'd just like to take a seat on that rocking chair and just, relax with us. We're all friendly.
You lying son of a bitch.
Is it okay if I sit in the rocking chair?
Someone might as well sit on it.
Okay.
Now that Cassie's sitting in the rocking chair, can you just tap her on her left shoulder? Just to let her know that you're there?
Nah.
How about push this doll over?
Don't ever think I'm above a fart joke.
I brought a car with me, a little toy car. I'm going to place it here on the floor. If you'd like to move that at any point, I'd really appreciate that.
Yes, everyone, you're watching a true professional at work. Incidentally, the great thing about wearing a mask is no one can tell when you're sleeping. Another little perk is I can say whatever I want about deaf people, and they can't tell.
Cheeky.
How you feeling so far, Seg?
Alright,
Yeah?
it's comfy.
Yeah, you look very comfy there down there.
I'm gonna throw a ball or roll a ball into the room. Can you roll it back?
If that thing gets thrown and hits me in the face,
That'd be amazing.
That'd be
that would be
great.
amazing and I would be pissed.
It hasn't stopped rolling, has it?
Just so you know, guys, the floors are extremely unlevel.
I rolled the ball into that room. Can you roll it back to us?
Guess what? Nothing happened. But this does nicely lead us onto something interesting that did happen with a ball a little later in the night. So let's skip over to that part of the investigation. But in short, a cat ball rolled off a window ledge.
Well, whoopee shit.
Ron here, who's holding the camera, was telling us that he was like kind of jumping around, and you can see as I do this, like have a look at the Annabelle doll and try and have a look at the radiator, like everything seems to bounce around. A lot of things are bouncing around here. The cat balls aren't moving.
We're not even lighting up.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not even lighting up.
So if we actually just quick, this one doesn't work.
I think the second one does.
This one doesn't work, but this one does. So when I first came into the house, my attention was drawn to these because this one was moving. Sorry, this one was lit up. So, Joe, do you want to try and like?
I'll try with this first, but I do want to give it a slight, because I don't know exactly how much of a nudge I'm giving with this.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell, so try to get behind it a little bit and nudge as best I can.
So when we found it, it was around here on the ground. This is the we did this one time off camera. This one or two things has happened here. If no one was around, this makes happen. It was either pushed with enough force that it didn't hit the radiator, or it hit the radiator, but we should have heard that ding, that like kind of frequency of ding. We should have heard at some point, because I think we were all in the kitchen whilst that happened.
Yeah.
I think. I don't know for sure. So if it didn't hit the radiator, that was pushed with enough force to go beyond the radiator. Now, avid viewers of my channel may have watched a few of my debunking videos and may well have remembered me saying this on my very first video where I reacted to Sam, Colby and Seth at the Bel Air house.
It rolled this way, right? And we got it on this camera.
I know that like it's circular, so it could move. We get it. We're not dumb.
You're not dumb, but there's always a but.
But what we're saying is this has been there for 25 minutes. Yeah. That's a great sign, and maybe that was like a, oh yeah, I want to talk to you with the SS method, so let's get it.
It rolled off a hard surface. It wasn't thrown off, it rolled off. Circular things roll. That's what they do. Or maybe it was a demon. So, in order that I don't have double standards as blatant as your average Red Pill podcast, I do have to say that I think the cat ball just rolled off because it is a circular object. I am not saying this is paranormal. I'm just saying that it's interesting given the context of where we are, what we're doing, and who or what we are trying to communicate with. But this does lead me on to a very interesting part of ghost hunting, the psychology behind it. Because I really wanted this to be paranormal, and I could actually feel this wanting of paranormal activity clouding my rational judgment. And I really do think this is a very dangerous thing to fall into. I've watched so many of these ghost hunting videos now that I think some of them don't in fact fake their paranormal encounters. They just get so swept away with what they think they have captured that they do not think of a more rational explanation, because that want and need for it to be paranormal is really intoxicating. And I can honestly say that I have now felt this firsthand. This was one of the most interesting parts about going to the Conjuring House. When this happened, I so desperately wanted it to be paranormal. But in all likelihood, it isn't. Even me as a debunker, I'm aware that if I capture something paranormal, I will have a certain section of people laughing at me and saying something along the lines of,
"Ha! Now Side-Eye Guy has to eat humble pie. Ghosts are real, bro."
But even with those sections of people who will point their fingers and laugh, I actually don't care. I really do want to have a paranormal experience. But on reflection, I really don't think this was it. Another incident happened to me at the very end of the Conjuring House evening during sunrise. I was by myself looking out of the window in the land of the Conjuring House, and I saw something moving around between the trees. I got really excited and I thought to myself, what on earth is that? Did I just see a ghost? Because you know, the land of the Conjuring House is supposed to be as haunted, if not more haunted, than the Conjuring House. But then I started thinking about it, that the colour of this ghost that I could make out seemed very similar to a deer hide. And the fact that I saw this happening at sunrise, that's when deers are very active. But again, it's very intoxicating. You really do want to think these things are paranormal because that is exciting. Seeing a deer is mildly exciting, but thinking you've seen a ghost is very exciting.
But it was what, like right here?
Yeah, that's right. I mean, the position it was at, it's a circular object. It could roll 100 different ways and 100 different times you do it. It's not so much that for me. What's interesting to me is that it was pushed with enough force to miss that radiator. Because if that was just the wind or something like that, or, you know, maybe there's a certain way I'm walking which a floorboard does move this, you would imagine it would just be like that.
You would have heard that.
Even the fall on the wooden floor is pretty loud. It's interesting to me that nobody heard it. Because nobody heard that fall. We just walked by and we noticed the balls weren't where we thought they were, where we left them.
Anyone?
We wanted to see if we could review the security footage. The problem is that it's not even on. It's not in view. Right.
Yeah.
Now, guys, like, because I know some people will probably be saying, "Oh, is there some fuckery going on here?" Are they like, I can't feel anything down here, around here. There is a bit of like carpet around here, which I assume is there to sort of like preserve this frame and the board here.
It could be for covering the windows
They
too.
were covered at one point.
Right. I can't think of anything.
And it's not like we walked by it, because like we would have to be like this close to even knock it if we were like walking. Like, you know what I mean? So it's not like we knocked it and not realize it. Right?
It could be a sudden hard gust of wind may have hit. If this is resting right against the window, maybe that would have ever so slightly moved it forward. But again, because if you come real close here. If you have this cat ball anywhere, there's like a little ridge here, which kind of bumps up. This is sort of making sure it doesn't go forward. If you put it there, it straight away falls forward. This is at a slant. That bit is pretty flat, and this sort of line here is what's keeping it on the window ledge. So enough force has to be pushed. Let's go. It's entirely possible that wind could do that, but I don't know. Why didn't it do it with the other two?
I don't know. I mean, we didn't see it.
We didn't see it. But what's interesting to me is we didn't hear it.
Right.
And we're all very hyper alert right now. We're all really got keen ears out to hear these things, and not one of us heard it.
Right, because I mean, like, we're hearing every little sound since we've been investigating. So what was that? You know.
You never know. At the exact moment that happened, maybe we were unpacking equipment. Maybe a loud things were happening in that moment. We don't know.
Right.
That's the trouble. We don't know the timeline. So I don't know. It's an interesting one. It's definitely an interesting one. Let me know your thoughts, what you think may have made those cat balls roll off the ledge. Next up, I want to give you all an example just how loud and really annoying the creaking can get at the Conjuring House. And I do think this is something worth bringing up because I don't hear any other ghost hunting channel talk about this.
That is the loudest in here.
What?
The floors.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's horrible.
That's annoying.
So whenever a ghost hunter says that they heard a bang or something like that, this is how loud the Conjuring House can get just lightly walking around. Next up, we did a nested session with Noah Vitale going under, but I'm going to skip all of that. As you can see right here, it wasn't overly eventful. If anyone's in here, if you want to touch any one of us or touch Noah again, feel free. Give you a full consent to touch me. I asked you down in the basement to take my mask off. Oh yeah, I also did a solo live stream at the Conjuring House basement on Entity 7 Paranormal's channel. And then, much like this video here, I reacted to my own time at the Conjuring House basement. I took this investigation here far more seriously than my time in the basement. Go on, give me a little poke. Give me a wet willy. Give me a purple nubble. Give me a wedgie. The invitation is still there. If you can, take my mask off. Or you can speak. If you just say the word off, I will take the mask off. As of yet, I've still not shown my face on camera, so you can probably guess that the Conjuring House ghosts didn't take my mask off.
So yeah, we'll just be quiet, and then maybe we'll just go around and like just ask questions, and then like take the space, kind of like an EVP session. We are here to listen. Can you please make a loud noise or say something so we can hear you?
I'm going to be taking pictures. You're more than welcome to be in these photos.
Ooh, be sure to get my good side, big boy.
Who's...
I hear movement.
Do you?
Yeah.
Whereabouts?
More like the kitchen. Not the kitchen, but that dining room area.
Can you make a really loud knock so we can know where you are?
I did that, that's my fault.
Do you want to talk to us?
No.
Do you like what they've done with this room?
I love it, darling. The balance and proportion of this space brings out its inner contrast, which is just bursting to be seen. It's fabulous.
Do you remember Ed and Lorraine Warren?
Oh yeah, those pair of scamming fuckwits.
Do you remember the Perrin family?
Did you hear that?
Yes.
Either that would...
Could that be the fridge?
No, that was.
No?
I was like, yeah, what? I heard that
Like
from...
either basement or the gift shop.
Gift shop. Oh, still makes me laugh.
I'm gonna level with you. I'm not so sure there's anything here. I think there's
Oh, that was loud.
That was loud.
It was loud, was it? Well, I need more than a bang, to be perfectly honest with you. I'm very skeptical that there is anything in this house at all, supernatural or paranormal, anything that isn't just bumps and creaks of an old house. Now, if you want to change my mind and prove that I'm not just talking to air, we need to hear more than just bangs and knocks. We need to hear your voice. You need to show yourself to us in some way. If you are able to do that, can you do it now, please?
The response was about as loud as my 10th birthday party attendance.
I'm not challenging you. I don't wish to be insulting. I'm just not so sure there's anything here at all. And I would like you to prove me wrong. Because at the moment I think I'm just talking to the air.
Hot take here, but after many months to reflect off my time at the Conjuring House, I think I was just talking to air all night. Our experience was a bit different from some of the other ghost hunters who have visited this place.
I am Bathsheba. Okay.
A woman was thrown across by a demon.
Yeah.
Across this entire section of the home.
Like, just a matter of
So severely that they thought she was dead.
What the? This is happening right now.
Tripping me out.
Bathsheba, did you just talk in my ear?
So you mean to tell me, with all of the people that come here and claim that they have these wild, crazy experiences, it was nothing?
Yes.
I give you full permission to touch me, wherever you want. I would love you.
I love you.
To change my mind. I welcome it. We're all gonna die one day.
You can always trust on Side-Eye Guy to make the light and upbeat comments.
Every person in this room is going to die.
Bloody hell, cheer up, you miserable git.
And if you could help give us some kind of answers in what happens, that's what we're looking for. We're looking for proof that there is some kind of afterlife. Are you able to do that for us?
The selfish bastards ignored me. Again.
That chandelier in the room next to us, Can you give that a slight push?
Okay, that's enough of that. Guess what? Nothing happens. Up next is our time in the basement, and we thought we'd give the Spirit Talker app a go. For a laugh, if nothing else.
Do you like hanging out down here, or do you like to be upstairs?
Williams.
If you're down here with us, can you make a noise?
Jeff.
It tells us where you are.
We need you to do
games.
Not playing games.
They're not playing games,
Yeah,
eh?
you're playing games.
You've been playing games all night. We need you to do better than just a couple of knocks. Can you please show yourself to us? Can you please speak to us?
No.
Can you do this? Light it up for us? That'd be a great way to show us.
Well, this is one big coincidence.
This thing's legit.
So, it's funny because it said hungry, and we got food earlier, which, when playing this, it said food right after it said hungry.
I guess ghosts get hungry now?
But even the food and the hungry bit, like, what does that even mean?
Nothing.
Yeah.
I just joked, oh my god, we're gonna go.
No, I'm just saying that even if, like, because it would be the kind of thing that a lot of channels would make a big deal of, but it's always like, what does it even mean?
For those who don't know better, how easy it is to really let this app, instead of going from, like, the investigator leading to now the app leading, and you're just doing follow-ups.
I will believe this app outright and fully endorse it if you can come up with Side-Eye Guy now.
It has to be in the word bank. You are definitely not in the word bank.
It's definitely got like at least 2 of those words in there.
Freaking furnace.
It kicks on about every 2 seconds.
Yeah, they do not talk about that in the other videos. They don't talk about all the amount of noise that makes.
Yeah.
It does make a lot of noise.
And all even from like the top floor, you can hear it.
Yeah.
All over the house.
And it's just constant. Like I said, I would hate to have their heat bill. It has to be insane.
Oh, maybe that's the reason why it's so astronomically expensive to do an overnight investigation at the Conjuring House.
I control this place.
Nah.
You're not doing a very good job of it. It did say I. So, yeah, that's it. I've got to endorse Spirit Talker now.
As promised, Side-Eye Guy endorses the Spirit Talker app. Please download this amazing app that 100% guarantees you're speaking to the afterlife. Think about it, folks. For just $7.99? $7.99? I thought it was just $1 or $2. That's mental. I mean, for just the low price of $7.99, you can speak to the dead. Used by such known fakers, established YouTube channels like Oh My Gosh, Yasko, and everyone's favourites, Twin Paranormal.
Wankers.
The Spirit Talker app really is a must for anyone who is very easily impressed. Ignore the 2-star review ratings and get your Spirit Talker app today!
Spirit Talker app is obviously a load of old bollocks, and more fool you if you believe this app does anything more than repeat back its own random word bank. Common sense is not included.
Can you move something down here? Something on this table? Maybe the funny little thing that lights up in the middle of the table?
Got these bells. Can you make them ring?
It's about made me crap my pants.
Really?
What
Sorry, guys.
You can pull down that string and make the light turn on.
Pipes, yeah.
Alright.
Does someone just say something?
No.
My visit.
Pipes, yeah.
Alright.
Does someone just say something?
My visit.
I have no idea what that noise is. Not saying it's anything paranormal, I just have no idea what it could be. There is definitely some kind of noise there. We spend a lot of time listening back to it on the recorder to try and figure out what it is, but we're still none the wiser. If you have any ideas what made that noise, please let me know in the comments. I'm going to end the video here. There's loads more that I did not include off our investigation that you can go watch in full on Entity 7 Paranormal and Weeping Willow Paranormal's videos. The cat ball rolling off the windowsill was by far the most interesting part of the night. Not a great deal else really happened. Definitely not enough to freak out over like your average ghost hunting YouTuber video. I know I've made fun of the Conjuring House and all, but I am not saying the place for sure is not haunted. I was only there for a short period of time really. I mean, it's probably not haunted because, you know, I don't really believe in ghosts. But what I can say for 100% certainty is very little happened while we were there. But don't get me wrong, I still had a great time while at the Conjuring House and I made some new friends. And really, whenever we do these ghost hunting things, that's what really counts. I mean, seeing a ghost and all would be better, but you know, I'll make do with some new friends, that's all good. So, if you like this video, please like and subscribe to my channel. Thanks very much. Cheerio!